Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Virtual Sightseer. This is where I take you around the globe in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The goal here is to use the sim to show you beautiful places from around the world from the comforts of your own home. As a friendly reminder, I'm no professional, this isn't a tutorial, and it's all just for fun. My hope is that as the channel gets bigger, subscribers and viewers will request cool places for new flights. So let's get into the sim and find out where we're flying on this episode. So today we are going to be in the Miltech and Blackbird Simulation MH60 Sierra variant with the digital camel livery. So let's go ahead and jump outside the helicopter here. We'll do a quick 360. Now that we got our 360 out of the way, let's jump back in the cockpit here. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I will be flying other helicopters. I know that there's more in the game. This one's just a lot of fun to fly. So today we're going to be taking off from the Cairo International Airport. Airport code is Charlie Alpha Indigo. We're going to be taking off from 23 Charlie and heading southwest over the city of Cairo. From there we're going to cross over the Nile River, and we are going to end this flight at the Great Pyramid of Giza. So per usual, I want to focus more on scenery and less on my voice, so I'm going to try not to talk too much and try and focus more on flying. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get our co-pilot into the cockpit here. And we will verify parking brake is set. As a matter of preference, I like to just switch my map over here. And with all that being said, let's get off the ground and go flying. This shouldn't be too long of a flight, so I'm going to try my best to squeeze in some facts early on in the flight so that we can focus on the pyramids when we get there. Working on picking up a little bit of speed here. We'll get some of these facts going here. So the Great Pyramid of Giza is actually the largest of a set of three. And just outside that set of three is the Sphinx as well. So I'm going to try and cover a little bit about all of those. So the Great Pyramid of Giza was built by Pharaoh Khufu. It's about 4,600 years old, and it stood 481 feet tall. Due to erosion, though, it stands closer to 450 feet tall today. It is made of limestone and granite, and when it was originally constructed, it was covered on the outside in a smooth polished limestone that would shine in the sun. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the only wonder of the world still around from the original 7 wonders of the world. Now the pyramid that stands in the middle of the three was built by Pharaoh Khafra, who is the son of Pharaoh Khufu. It is also believed that the Sphinx, which stands near the pyramids, was also built by Khafra. Try and pick up just a little bit more speed. Now the smallest of the 3 pyramids was built by Khafre's son, who is Khufu's grandson, and that was Pharaoh Menkaure. So a lot going on there. But now that I've managed to struggle through all the names there, let's just do some flying. See the pyramids starting to come in to view off the nose there. Off the right side of the helicopter from this view, unfortunately I don't think it's going to populate in the game because of how new it is, but the Grand Egyptian Museum actually just opened very near to the pyramids of Giza. And it's actually the world's largest museum dedicated to a single civilization. Which is really cool. It houses over 100,000 artifacts, including the complete collection of King Tut's treasures, which is really amazing. So the helipad that we're going to be landing at is actually just to the right of the pyramids. So I'm going to try and circle them a little bit, see if we can't get a good view of the Sphinx as well. So that's just me disengaging our autopilot, trying to lose a little bit of altitude here. I want to say that museum is somewhere right out in here. Like I said, unfortunately, it's not going to populate in the game because it's so new. The first pyramid closest to the helicopter now is the Great Pyramid. Second is Pharaoh Khafra's pyramid, and then behind it is Menkaura's pyramid. So there's that third pyramid. Our helipad is right here off our nose. So we're gonna circle around. And we'll try and get a good look at the Sphinx here. Just right there, just in front of our nose. Disengage our autopilot. We're going to bring it back around and come in for a nice smooth landing. We'll try and put it into a hover real quick. You guys get a nice view. little bit of a rough landing there, but we are safely back on the ground. So that's going to be it for this flight. I want to thank everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment on where you'd like to see me fly next. I'll see you in the next one.